20-minute educational film about Carol Johnston and her life was seen by an executive at Disney, and it quickly turned into a feature film. Lefty, premiering across the nation on Disney's Wonderful World on September 21st, 1980. She was followed by a film crew chronicling her daily routine, including everything from brushing her teeth, the morning to going out on dates. She etched her name into Cal State Fullerton athletic lore as a member of one of the most dominant collegiate women's gymnastics teams of her time. In her 3 seasons with the Titans, Cal State Fullerton compiled a record of 45-0 in meets, part of a larger run that grew to 71-0, 71-0, when you include the year before Johnston's arrival in 1976. As a sophomore in 1978, Johnston, who was the WCAA champion on beams as a freshman, was named an AIAW All-American on both the balance beam and the floor exercises, finishing as a national runner-up in both disciplines. Well, Carol's collegiate career was cut short due to knee injuries. She achieved national notoriety as an All-American despite being down a right hand. Please join me in congratulating Carol Johnston in her induction into the Cal State Fullerton Hall of Fame. Carol will be joined by her husband Scott and teammate Julie Bowes.
My name is Julie Bowes, and I'm the Associate Director of Athletics. And Carol and I were roommates and teammates here at Cal State Fullerton. And I'm speaking to you tonight because Carol is facing a new challenge in her life. Carol is facing the challenge of Alzheimer's. And she wants you to know that she has embraced this diagnosis, and she is living each day to its fullest. Carol would like to thank the university for this honor, and in particular Coach Lynn Rogers and her teammates. We have 4 of them, All-Americans as well, that have joined her at the table this evening. Thank you for being here, ladies. And she feels that she could not have done it without you. Carol is proud that her accomplishments were part of a group effort that made Cal State Fullerton Gymnastics such a powerhouse. In the gym, Carol was an inspiration to all of us. Carol does not and never has considered her lack of a right arm a disability. She is actually a little bit more concerned about being short. One time she said to me, "What do you do with a right arm anyway?" So after I stood behind her and loaned her mine for a few moments, her only comment was, "It seems like it just gets in the way." That being said, one of our favorite memories is the situation where the combination of being short and missing a right arm got Carol into a little bit of trouble. We lived across the street at the University Village Apartments. They're still there. With our teammates, Barbie and Carolyn. Carolyn's here this evening. Double stuffed Oreos were the newest rage, and Carol and I just had to have some. I got on my bike, and Carol borrowed Carolyn's so we could ride up Yorba Linda Boulevard over the 57 freeway to Jimco, which is where Target is today. Carolyn wasn't home at the time, but we didn't think she would mind if Carol borrowed her bike. I was in the lead, and as we were going downhill on the 57 overpass, the sidewalk and on the wrong side of the road, all of a sudden I heard this blood-curdling scream. And I stopped and turned around just in time to see Carol zoom past me as fast as she could, and she was screaming all the way. Well, it turns out that the handbrakes, the left side handbrakes on Carolyn's bike were broken. And Carol could not stop. Additionally, it was a boy's bike, so there was a center bar, and Carol's feet could not reach the ground. She ended up hanging her knee over the center bar and dragging her toe on the concrete until she finally stopped crashing to the ground just before meeting oncoming traffic that was entering the freeway. Luckily, Carol was okay and Carolyn's bike wasn't damaged. The only casualty, though, was the toe of Carol's tennis shoes, which was completely worn off. So Carol dusted herself off and we traded bikes. And as a testament to her resolve, we continued on our way, and as a testament to her resolve, nothing was going to keep Carol from those double-stuffed Oreos. But Carol also did purchase a new pair of shoes. Carol's attitude made it easy for us to take her for granted. Whether it was taking her own ankle, putting her hair in a bun, sewing decorative trim on her leotard, or helping us move gymnastics equipment, Carol always found a way to get the job done, never complaining or feeling sorry for herself or expecting different treatment. On one occasion, I actually forgot that she only had one arm. Carol was going on a field trip with one of her classes, and it was an overnight camping trip to Joshua Tree. Carol had left all her winter clothes in Canada, and so she asked me if she could borrow my gloves. I was happy to loan them to her, and I put them in the suitcase that she had started to pack about a week early because she's so organized. And then the next day, I found one of the gloves on my bed. And I thought to myself, that's odd, I must have dropped it on the way, and so I promptly picked it up and put it back in her suitcase. The following day, I found the glove again. This time it was on the couch, and I still didn't get it. So when Carol returned home that evening, I said, Carol, it's the strangest thing, but this glove keeps ending up out of your suitcase. What is going on? Carol just looked at me quietly and said, Julie, thank you, but I only need one. We laughed about that for a very long time. So when Carol became a conference champion, and then later an All-American, it was a reminder to all of us of what great things can be accomplished when you focus on what you have as opposed to what you do not. And it is that spirit, the spirit of Carol Johnston, that is the embodiment of Cal State Fullerton athletics. Many schools have much bigger budgets and facilities, but we embrace our underdog status, and we find ways to win championships anyway. The spirit of Carol Johnston will be a part of Cal State Fullerton athletics forever, and Carol would like you to know that even though she can no longer express the words, she has wonderful memories of her time here at Cal State Fullerton, is so proud to be a Titan, and is forever grateful for the opportunities given to her. Thank you, and congratulations, Carol.
That is Hall of Famer Carol Johnston.